The psychology of procrastination. Why we delay what matters most. We all do it. We put things off, wait until the last minute, or completely avoid important tasks. Even when the stakes are high and we know what needs to be done, something inside us whispers, "Do it later." But have you ever stopped to ask why? Why do we delay what matters most? Why do we willingly sabotage our time, success, and peace of mind? The answer lies in a fascinating psychological phenomenon known as procrastination. This article takes you deep into the psychology of procrastination, what causes it, why your brain prefers short-term rewards over long-term goals, and most importantly, how to overcome it. If you've ever wondered why you're not reaching your full potential despite good intentions, keep reading. You won't want to stop until the very end. What is procrastination really? Procrastination isn't just laziness. It's a complex emotional and cognitive reaction to tasks we find challenging, unpleasant, or overwhelming. According to psychologists, procrastination is a form of self-regulation failure. It's your mind choosing momentary relief over long-term benefit. In other words, procrastination is not about time management, it's about emotional management. We procrastinate not because we don't know what to do, but because doing it makes us feel uncomfortable. We avoid that discomfort by doing something else, something easier, even if we know it's unproductive. Why do we procrastinate? The emotional roots. Here are the most common psychological reasons behind procrastination. 1. Fear of failure. Many of us fear that we won't succeed, so we delay trying. After all, if you don't start, you can't fail. This mental loophole gives us an excuse to avoid the shame or embarrassment of a failed attempt. 2. Perfectionism. Perfectionists are especially prone to procrastination. The desire to do something perfectly can become so overwhelming that we avoid starting altogether. It's the "if it can't be perfect, I won't do it" mindset. 3. Low self-esteem. When we doubt our abilities, we delay action. This creates a vicious cycle. We avoid tasks because we don't feel competent, but that avoidance confirms our sense of inadequacy. 4. Instant gratification. Your brain is wired to prioritize immediate rewards over long-term benefits. That's why scrolling through your phone or watching a video feels more satisfying than starting a report due next week. The neuroscience of procrastination. The culprit behind procrastination? The limbic system. It's the part of your brain that governs emotions and survival instincts. When you face an unpleasant task, the limbic system lights up and triggers discomfort. Meanwhile, the prefrontal cortex, the rational part of your brain that handles planning and decision-making, struggles to take control. The battle between these two systems determines whether you act or avoid. That's why procrastination feels so involuntary. It's your brain's survival instinct trying to protect you from perceived stress, even if that stress is simply writing an email. The consequences of chronic procrastination. While putting things off once in a while is harmless, chronic procrastination can damage every area of your life. Career, missed deadlines and poor performance reviews. Relationships, avoiding difficult conversations or responsibilities. Mental health, increased stress, guilt, and anxiety. Self-image, the more we procrastinate, the more we see ourselves as undisciplined or incapable. Ironically, the short-term relief we gain from procrastination is quickly replaced by long-term suffering. How to break the procrastination cycle. Beating procrastination isn't about willpower, it's about strategy. Here are research-backed ways to overcome it. 1. Use the 5-minute rule. Commit to just 5 minutes of a dreaded task. Often the hardest part is starting. Once you begin, momentum takes over and continuing becomes easier. 2. Break tasks into smaller pieces. Big projects feel overwhelming, so break them down. Instead of write a report, your to-do list might say, open a blank document, write the title, jot bullet points. 3. Remove distractions. Create an environment that supports focus. Turn off notifications, clean your workspace, and block distracting websites during work hours. 4. Reward progress, not perfection. Don't wait to celebrate only after completing the task. Set mini rewards for completing parts of it. This retrains your brain to seek satisfaction from progress. 5. Practice self-compassion. Beating yourself up for procrastinating doesn't help. It actually increases avoidance. Instead, acknowledge the slip, reset, and move forward without judgment. 6. Visualize the outcome. Focus on the reward, not the task. Imagine how good it will feel to complete the work. Visual motivation is a powerful tool that can reframe your mindset. The role of identity in procrastination. One of the most overlooked causes of procrastination is identity. If you view yourself as a chronic procrastinator, you're more likely to act like one. Instead, reshape your self-image. Tell yourself, I'm the kind of person who follows through, even if you've failed before. Your actions tend to align with your identity. The power is starting now. Procrastination convinces us that tomorrow will be better, that we'll feel more motivated later. But the truth is, action leads to motivation, not the other way around. Waiting to feel ready is a trap. Start before you're ready and the energy will follow. Conclusion: procrastination is a pattern, not a permanent trait. The psychology of procrastination reveals that delaying important tasks isn't a personal flaw. It's a mental habit rooted in fear, perfectionism, and emotional avoidance. But like all habits, it can be changed. With the right understanding and strategy, you can retrain your brain to act in the moment, even when it's uncomfortable. The next time procrastination whispers in your ear, pause and ask yourself, what am I really avoiding? And what's the smallest action I can take right now? Because your future is shaped by what you do today, not by what you postpone until tomorrow.